Welcome back to the Winner's Edge. This is episode 18, and we're just finishing up the first week of August. Today's Friday, August 7th, and so I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about last month and just kind of give you the numbers. Last month in July, and you'll see some of them here. But in July, we ended up taking 9 trades. We had 6 wins and 3 losses, and that gave us a net 15.3 R. That's really not what impresses us the most. What impresses us is when we follow the VMS 2.0 strategy, the way it's designed. When you trade it the way it's designed, the strategy itself is really easy to learn, guys. I mean it. It's structure. You find either the pullbacks or reversals, and then you have to detail them out from there. But basically, that's what it's going to be. Breakout and retrace. They're pullbacks into a price that has been tested before, and that's what support and resistance is, and we use a lot of that. So structure is super important. Momentum, what we have found is that when we do get structure and then we line that up with momentum going in the direction that we're looking for, and using a daily chart, back to momentum real quick, but once it makes that hook, so we watch for a hook on momentum coming up. You can use a single peak with the VMS 2.0 on, like over here, you can use a single peak as long as it's over 90, like right there is 89. And, that's pretty close. A lot of this is subjective. Where I place my S&R, you might not place yours there. But I can tell you this: by using Red K Everex, it's changed my game, and I started using that, incorporating it about 4 or 5 months ago, right around the first part of the year. Uh, so, so for July, you'll see some of them. This is all kind of mixed in. I use a daily chart, so this is actually one or actually 5 weeks right here. And so this is one that we're currently in. It's the Canadian dollar to the Singapore dollar. We got into this because it was at 21-year lows, all-time lows, and we jumped in a little bit too early over here, took a hit for it, but now we waited for this hammer candle followed by an engulfing bullish candle and momentum to be divergent and hooking to the upside. Once we got that, then we were able to get into this market. So we came close to getting out on a profit right up here, but it didn't quite push that high. And then it came back and is doing what markets do, and that's moving. Okay, so next one that we're currently live in, and I'm showing you these because I want to show you my reasoning for getting into them. So right here, this is a pullback. This is an uptrend pullback. Price action crossed over the 50 EMA, crossed over it, pulled back, and then broke and closed above this swing high. Broke and closed above it, which just happens to be at a resistance level. Came back, and right in this area where it came back, it bounced right off of the 50 EMA, which also corresponded to another support and resistance level, and that's what we call confluence. So we had multiple things going on there. At the same time, we had momentum was divergent, and we got the hook to the upside, and that's why we got into this market. We have 2 different targets on this market. We almost hit our first target yesterday, didn't quite get it. Next one is the pound to the Australian dollar. This is a live trade. We just got in earlier this week. And we took this one because it is on the 6th leg of an uptrend pullback. And I tried to mark it out here for you. Your points are where you put the numbers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We look for an entry or a trade on either number 4 or number 6, either up or down. And so this one gave us a strong engulfing candle with a hook on momentum, strong volume. Volume was at 93 on a daily chart. And so we put in a limit order, and about 3 days later, we got filled on the limit order. Well, I guess it's 6 days, whatever. And so now the price is kind of right back at entry here. We're not up or down on this one yet. Volume was strong at 88 on the 4 hour and 90 on the 1 hour. So we also are in the pound to the Swiss franc on a live order. And here are my notes that I posted this morning for the private group. Break and close above resistance is key. We feel the T2 level is a solid SR zone for price to go to. Here's the T2 level. And you see right here, this was the high of the previous swing high. And this one just matched it. Well, this one closed above it. And so we still feel pretty strongly this one's going to go up, even though we are at our first profit target. Next one, I think, is way down here. Okay, so next one, dollar to the Swiss franc. We got in, about a month ago, I suppose, and we got into it. This is another pullback. This is an uptrend pullback, and we took this one on the number 6, where price action broke above the swing high, broke above it, and then came back to that same level, which was hit or has been hit several times before, and that makes a pretty strong support level. And we ended up, I don't know if we did limit. Most of the time I make a note here. Oh, here it is. Limit order placed, and we got filled on the 8th. So, okay. Now, I want to show you a couple of trades that happened this week that we're not live in anymore. And the first one is Australian dollar to the Japanese yen. So this was a triple top that I identified and did a trigger watch on it, sent it out to Facebook, TradingView, and YouTube. I might not have done YouTube, I don't remember. Anyways, triple top, and you can see that this zone has been tested several times before. We ended up getting an engulfing candle right here, right where that blue line is. And if you look down at momentum, you'll see momentum has the hook to the downside. We also have strong volume. We have 88 on the 4 hour, 88 on the 1 hour, and 91 on the 15 minute. So all three of those came together, and we got in this market. And this is one of the quicker trades that I've ever taken. This is a 2-day win, and we got 3R on it. And that's great, but it just seems like just this last week there was something going on with the yen. And here's another one that we were not in, but that's the yen. So the yen was really strong there for a couple of days for some reason. Don't really know. But here's another one that we got. This one we've been in for over a month, I guess. And we took it from a 1, 2, 3 pullback. This is the downtrend bearish pullback. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we take these at 4 and we take them at 6. So on 4, look at this engulfing candle right here. Follow the blue line down all the way through momentum. You'll see that momentum has a hook right here. And here are the peaks coming down, so it looks to be in a downtrend. We also had strong volume on this one. We took the trade, got in right here, and we went 3 weeks without nothing and just kind of going sideways. But then, boom, all of a sudden it hit, and we took profit for another 3R. And I actually have 2 more yen trades. Here is a yen that we lost. And so, with VMS 2.0, our bankroll management is such that we only take, when we take a loss, we take a 1R loss. When we take a win, we don't take anything less than a 2. So it works out for us. Okay, so what happened? it looked like we had a pullback going on, a bearish pullback, had a strong engulfing candle here that corresponded to just a absolute wicked looking momentum down right here. And so I jumped in this. I probably should have waited until it either came back up to this area, but this, in my opinion, was a strong resistance level, even though it did have a breakout in the center of it here. I felt that was pretty strong. Well, the market came up, took everybody out that was sitting on top of here, and then started going down. So it does happen. And lastly, let's see. Oh, I've actually got another loss to show you, but the dollar to the yen, I haven't done that one yet. Here. So dollar to the yen is another one that we took profit in, but this one has gotten us 3 times in the last year. Or the last 6 months or whatever. So we are getting some of it back, but we're not quite break even on this market yet. So what happened here? So we felt like we were going into a reversal right here. I had been watching momentum make these peaks, and when it made this third peak here, I was like, "Holy crap!" I've never seen a triple peak like that. It's always been down or up or whatever, but not horizontal like this. And so I was like, wow, this one's gonna move. And I just timed it. I timed it off like right here. I thought this might have been a double top, and I had the engulfing candle here. I certainly had momentum. I had volume, but it didn't work out. It came up and took us out. Well, that doesn't mean that I'm out of the trade, I am out of the trade, but out of the market. I'm still watching this pair. I think this pair is going to move. And so we ended up getting another engulfing candle, but look at momentum. Now, momentum is at 98. Well, if you're at 90 or better, you can take a single peak, and that's what this was a single peak with a hook. Look at the blue line, guys. Here is the engulfing candle right there. Look at momentum and how it hooked right there. As soon as that happened, you get in this market. Okay. And look what happened. Boom. That was one day 2.6R. Yeah, that was a good day. That was a wonderful day. Okay, so I'm trying to highlight for you. Oh, what was I watching? What was I going to show you? I was watching. Hang on just a second here. Australian. Maybe we looked at this. I don't think I showed you this one. Okay, so this is the one current one that we are watching going into next week, and this is the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen. So this is one that we took profit on earlier in the week. And so now what it looks to us is like it's going into a downtrend. If you watch the line right here, so you'd have a 1, 2. If it's equal to, that counts. 3, so here's your 3, and this would be number 4 right here. See this is the swing low that was broke, and then price action moved back up to it. This, if you look over, you'll see that it's been touched and rejected several times before. So this is a pullback. That's what a pullback looks like. They can look many different ways, but the ultimate rhythm has to be the same. It has to pull back to the original swing low or high that was broken. Okay. And so now this one, we're watching for solid rejection right here. At the same time, I mean, that's first. Structure is always first. That's why we developed the VMS, is because this strategy, by using structure first and then momentum and then volume, and when all of those line up, your odds of winning are increase. You've got a I don't know. I'm trying to associate it with like a casino or something. You've got an edge, like the casino does. You have an edge because just go back and paper trade this thing, man. Go back and paper trade it. Use a daily chart. Use the same setup as what I'm doing, and look at it for yourself, and it works a lot of times. The only real failure comes when you look at something and you don't make the right decision on it. Okay. This is a loss that I just took recently. I thought this market might be going to the upside based upon, I thought this might have been a double bottom. But as I'm looking at it, it wasn't, was it? This could have been, maybe that was a 38%. I thought maybe it was going to bounce off of here. I didn't have enough structure. I didn't read the structure correctly, because after I started looking at it a little bit deeper, I'm thinking, what a fool, man. This thing is in a downtrend right here. Downtrend. Downtrend. And it's probably going to come at least to this support level. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I don't drink, I don't smoke, none of that. It is my brain that just had a fart right there. So it happens. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that or not, but I have once in a while. And that's kind of how VMS 2.0 came along. It's from a lot of trial and error over the years. Thousands of trades, guys. All righty. That's all I got for you for today. Hey, if you stayed with me this long, I really appreciate it. And I appreciate your support. It doesn't cost you a dime, nothing to check this out and prove it to yourself. The more times that you can put a trade together in back testing, that starts building up your confidence in this system. And that's what you need in order to pull the trigger. You got to be confident. Okay. This market this strategy will give you confidence, but you have to do the work. Ultimately, when you get good at this, you're talking maybe an hour to 2 hours every morning on your computer after you learn how to do it and get good with it. You don't need me. Come check in once in a while. Great. Give me your testimonial. I'll take that. But other than that, I'm not asking anything from you. If you want some help, I offer some help. But in return, I want you to help me financially so that I can build this thing and we can get it out to more people. It's only fair, guys. All right. Have a great weekend.